Hello, my friends. It's Nanny from Nanny and the Moose. And in this video, you're going to see Moosie and I reminiscing all about our wedding day because this is our anniversary weekend. We will be married 63 years, and on Sunday, we are going to spend a fun little time, and we're going to tell you also about that. We're going to be in our bed this morning. We went back to bed with the coffee cups. We sat there and we talked about what we're going to be doing on Sunday. I also have a little gardening segment. I had to plant all those, I had a dozen plants to plant. I was out very early in the morning. Yesterday morning, I believe that was it, or the day before. And I planted all the plants. So I want to show you all those. You know, our little cottage is rather tiny. And the one thing I miss, I wish we had our family home of 25, 30 years, where it was a big home, a country home, my career and I's home. I loved it. And there were places all over the house where I could film. And I kind of miss that, although I love our little cottage. And there are not too many places other than our tiny little vintage kitchen, maybe here where I have a nice window ahead of me, outside in our little garden, or in our bedroom. So that's why you see us in the bed every once in a while too. I'm so happy you've been enjoying our videos lately. Colleen and Micah have been on a little road trip with the children. They're due home this weekend. And I just can't wait to give Colleen, her birthday was yesterday. And I just can't wait to give her that beautiful vase with the sunflowers on it. And while Moosie and I are out on our little anniversary day, we are going to pick up some sunflowers and fill it up and put it up in her kitchen so that when they come home, they'll see that. So I do want to tell you, I told you I did pick up a little bit of jewelry on my thrift day, and I didn't get to show you my necklace. Isn't this a pretty little one with little bits of raw coral and some trinkets hanging here, and a ring that I picked up as well. Actually, I think I got this on Amazon during the Prime days. Kind of pretty. It's sort of corally, a little bit of pinky, but I thought it was pretty too. And I do have another one, a chunky one, but I can't find it right now. So I hope you enjoy our little bits of reminiscing, some funny, some endearing. We just felt like sharing all this with you. Well, there's a few things I have to get busy with. The sun is following me around, so I don't have much time until it gets me. But in this corner, Moosie's laughing at me. This is not working.
The sun is on the other side.
Well, it's making long, long shadows. It's shining on my head, but it's taking away the shade that I had planned to sit in. Moosie is out, as you can hear, having his coffee, and I'm trying to get some work done here. It's not cooperating. However, this is my shady corner, and I want to show you some things in here that I have started to gather together, and they're part of the things I have to plant today. Now, I do have some basil ready to go. It's been about 3 or 4 days sitting in this little pot. The roots are coming out. As you know, you have to pinch off the flowers when they come on the top, and that will keep the growth going. So if you see any of those little flowers coming, clip those off. I use this all the time in my cooking. I have some cilantro, love that, and the same thing. I'll plant these in 2 different pots. I have some over there. I have potting soil here, ready to go, some good potting soil. And I think I might have told you before about perlite. Perlite is a medium that you mix in with your potting soil. And it helps with the drainage. It helps thin out the dirt when it gets too dense. So I will throw some of these in there. And these are some beautiful red variegated leaves that I did get in the 99-cent store as well. And these are so beautiful. I have 3 or 4 of them over here. And the botanical name, well, it's called Splash Select Red. The botanical name is Hypoestus. And I hope that these will look beautiful. These evidently spread into a nice bushy plant, and I can use some of this in the garden. This color's different. Now, if you remember, when Megan was here, my little granddaughter, a week or two ago, she planted some of these. These are celosia, which I also picked up in the 99-cent store. Someone said, I've never seen plants in a 99-cent store or a dollar store. But here in California, yes, that's where I got all my succulents. Now, Megan planted a pink one and a red one. These are fuchsia, and I might go and plant them back in that same pot that hers are in. So I better get busy. I also have 3 tomato plants that have to go in too. And Moosie has requested a haircut, so I'm going to do that this morning too, all before the sun starts to burn us up. I also have my gardening pants on, my pretty flowered pants, and my shoes. So, do I look ready to plant? Yes, as long as that sun doesn't get me down. Today's Thursday, and it's 2 days before our wedding. 63.
We've already been married. Oh,
63 years ago.
gotcha.
Right? For 2 days and 2 nights now, Moosie has been rehashing the drive home from Fort Knox to come home to marry me, and what he did and how long it took and what day did he come home and what time it was. And last night he was trying to figure out whether he got home on Wednesday or he said, did I come home Thursday? And he woke up this morning and I guess he's got it. What's the deal?
I knew I had to be in town in Montclair on Thursday because I went over to your house about 9:30 and you rushed me down to the city hall to sign the wedding license, which you had paid $35 for. So that's what we did. Quick. And then down to the jeweler where your wedding ring was that you had picked out.
I also paid for that, by the way.
Platinum with diamond racets on it.
No diamonds. It just was cut into the silver. There were no diamonds.
Diamond racets cut into it. And inside it was inscribed Ich liebe dich, which is German for I love you. And you had that inscribed in the platinum ring, and you paid for that too, which I think I still owe you.
You do.
What,
You
16
never paid
bucks?
me back.
Was it
Well,
10
I
bucks?
think the ring was, believe it or not, in platinum, and it was $20.
That's what I said.
I don't know whether you said it was only $20, but it was a little extra, probably another $2 to have the inscription put in. But all those years, he has never repaid me. You see, he was in Fort Knox the whole time. I was living at home in Montclair, and the whole time we were engaged, which was from Thanksgiving to July, he was in the Army and I was home. So I was doing everything with the help of my mother, who was enjoying it no end, right? Planning this wedding. So, what day did you figure out you came home?
Wednesday night, I had driven 12, 14 hours at a stretch from Fort Knox to home. So I pulled into Rutherford, New Jersey, probably at 8 o'clock at night. Went to bed, and then hustled over to get the wedding license on Thursday.
We did that. And then everything was all set at the church. We were going to be married on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock in the morning with a high mass. And I had all my bridesmaids at the house staying there because most of them were from college and a couple of friends who were childhood friends. And then Bill's sisters, his 3 sisters, little Mary was one of the flower girls, and everybody was at the house, so it was a very festive time.
Well, tomorrow, Friday, now that I've gotten a wedding ring and a marriage license, I have to get my tuxedo. So my cousin Robbie is coming over. He was the best man. And so on Friday, we hustled down to the tux guy and got our morning, striped pants and the whole thing fitted for us. And we stayed close to the home on Friday because you can't see the bride.
No way.
However, they were over at the house late at night, Friday night.
Yes. My girlfriends and I, we were having a fun party all Saturday night, and at about midnight, all got in the car. And we drove over to Moosie's house, which was about 20 minutes away. And he kept honking the horn. I think we woke everybody up. Now, as you know, I'm not a drinker. I don't know that about the friends, but we weren't drinking because that just wasn't our thing in those days. But
I think they were DUI.
no, we were.
Not you, but whoever was driving.
Well,
maybe you were driving.
Yeah, well, nobody.
Because you knew the way.
But the point is, nobody came out of the house. He didn't come out. We honked and honked.
Well, it was midnight.
I thought, well, doesn't he want to marry me? So anyway, but the funniest story of it all was he came home on Wednesday when he said, when I first saw him, he had a mustache. You forgot that story. A black mustache because his hair was jet curly black. And I looked at him and I said, oh no, I can't believe you're going to be married. And all the pictures of my mother was all of, well, we paid the photographer. He's going to look like that with them. He did not. First time I'd ever seen him with any facial hair. And now that was not the thing at the time. And quite frankly, he did not look good with that mustache.
I thought I looked pretty good. I had been working on a suntan for the 10 days prior to, for the pictures. And I got sunburned on my face. And I couldn't shave the whiskers, So I left the mustache there probably for 10 days. And knew I'd surprise you. Not nicely, but I surprised you.
So
I cut it off on Thursday and had all pimples too.
But I never saw this. And he showed up. I saw him for the first time now for 24 hours at the church when I walked up the aisle. And the mustache, when I greeted him up at the top in front of the altar, after walking all the way down the aisle with my dad, I looked at him and he did not have the mustache, but he had pimples, little red pimples all across the
That
front
ruined the
of his
pictures.
upper lip. No, not really.
Well, there was a guy with makeup.
No. But those are some funny stories. And when you see this video, it will be Sunday, our anniversary, 63 years.
Yep. Happy, happy, happy times.
Yep. Well, we didn't tell the story about what happened to me that morning.
What morning?
The morning of our wedding.
Well, it's not that day yet. It's only Thursday.
But
you can't tell the whole thing.
Oh, but our friends will see this on Sunday.
Do we tell what happens?
No, we don't. Nothing after the wedding. But let me tell you.
But it's funny.
Not funny. Let me tell you what happened to me.
Kind of funny.
So we all woke up in the morning, myself and Kathy and Penny and Donna and Gail, and Willie wasn't able to make it, but we all woke up and we had a nice breakfast, and we're all getting ready, and we were all excited, and my mother helped me with my gown, got the dress on, and the limos arrived outside in front of the house. My father looked so handsome in his tuxedo, and we were all in my mom and dad's bedroom looking in the mirror, and my mother put my veil on my head, and I'm in my dress, and I look in the mirror and I see myself all dressed up, ready to be married, and my stomach did a turn. I don't know what happened to me, whether nerves set in or what.
Were you scared of me?
No, I don't know what was the matter. Well, maybe I was shocked. Maybe I didn't realize what was happening all that time because you weren't around.
Oh my goodness, what have I done?
Yeah, you weren't around the whole time. And I looked in the mirror and I said, Mom, I think I'm going to throw up. And one of the girls reached for a waste paper basket, a pail, and put it, and I didn't, but I had the gags. And can you believe that?
And what did Penny do?
My maid of honor, Penny, the girl I roomed with for 4 years in college, she was my maid of honor, and there we are up on this beautiful marble altar.
Wait a minute,
and the
wait a
priest,
minute, wait a minute. What she did was she got a baggie of some kind and put it inside her dress.
I was just going to tell that.
Oh.
She had a little bag that she was afraid I was going to throw up while we were in church up on the altar. Can you believe it? And she had that stuffed down into her bra of her bridesmaid's dress. Well, I didn't. Everything was fine. So those were the little snafus.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mm. Here we are.
Back again.
2 peas in a pod. And the reason that we're back in bed this morning
What is?
is because our cottage is so tiny and we have so very few places where Moosie and I can actually sit side by side and film, that this is one of them and the outside is the other. So yesterday we did a lot of reminiscing outside in the garden of our wedding day, and it was fun and funny. There were a lot of funny moments, and now we're going to have a little talk about how we're going to spend our anniversary, which is on Sunday. You will probably see this tomorrow, Saturday, for the first time, but we've decided what, Moose? Or we think we want.
We always go out to dinner. And we've gone to Red Lobster last 5 years. And maybe that's gotten a little old, I don't know. So I said, let's go to dim sum. We talked about that because we love our dim sum. But we decided, we don't really want to get dressed up and I put on my hat and get my eyebrows done. Didn't want to do that. So we decided to have a cozy at home. That's a great anniversary thing.
I think as we get older, those little tiny joys are the ones we seem to like the most. The idea of going out years ago was always so much fun, big, grand things. But now, and it probably has a lot to do with energy, right? I'm sure.
Well, I don't know. We're going to get our dinner at Fast Freddy's.
Fast Freddy's.
Trader Joe.
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe, and they have a place where you can buy just frozen hors d'oeuvres.
And we love Trader Joe's. Everybody's familiar with Trader Joe's. And we can make a supper out of all the little, the spinach pastry covered little goodies. And there's so many things. So once again, we have the new Featherlight wheelchair. And Moosie, that was one of Moosie's favorite stores, wasn't it, Moose? When the days before Moosie's hip break and all this happened, and that was quite a while ago, he did all the food shopping a lot of times, especially the fun shopping. And he always made a beeline for Trader Joe's, didn't you?
I just love their cheese section. It must go a block and a half, just every cheese you ever wanted.
And
so we'll do that on Sunday too.
I know, because when I do go to Trader Joe's, she'll say, now try and get that blah, blah, blah cheese with the half and half and the gorgonzola and this and that. And I can never find it. So it's going to be a fun trip for Moose. And we will bring the Featherlight wheelchair. And this time he can go up and down. I tell you, ladies, I know several of you, I've given you the name of Cindy and Matt's medical supply place. And that wheelchair is a game changer for us, isn't it?
Yep. Tell them what we're going to do before we go to Trader Joe.
Okay. Well, this to me was a huge surprise because I'm the shopper. Mostly when we're on trips and vacations, Moosie is not the big shopper. He's always been very good about it. But this time he actually suggested, and this is funny because, and I'm going to tell you why, he calls my treasures stuff. Well, not trash really, because
trash
it's not.
Or treasures.
Yeah.
That's a place we used to go to down at Fort Knox.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, all the soldiers that were leaving dropped this stuff off.
Yep.
In their trash section.
And you know what? I never went there to get any of that trash out. But so to get back to where we're going, we are going to a local antique mall, one that I've loved for 30 years, 40 years maybe. And I even used to have a booth there, a stall where I had antiques and things in there. And we are going there, and he suggested it. Now it has 3 floors. Moosie can only wheel around 1 floor. I'll be able to go down the steps downstairs.
Doesn't go up steps, this wheelchair.
And upstairs. Now it's not electric. He just pushes himself around. Because it's light though, it's so easy for him. My good friend Fernie, my YouTube friend, suggested, because I was having trouble thinking about what to get you for our anniversary, Fernie said, I have a good suggestion for a gift for Moosie. Bring along a basket and let him go to the beeline to an old vintage bookstore or whatever. And guess what this antique mall has?
An antique bookstore.
I think, well, it has a lot of books in 1 or 2 stalls. And I'm hoping that it's on the main floor and not downstairs because they don't have ramps or upstairs. So that might be a fun thing for you to do. But he's agreed. He's the one that suggested this.
Yeah.
This is great. So that's our little outing.
And then we go to Fast Freddy's.
Fast Freddy's. Good old Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe.
And we'll pick out some goodies, come home, and have a cozy supper. Probably right here in this bed.
Yeah,
now, I'm also going to do something. I'm going to bake us a little cake.
A dump pie?
Well,
what do you call it?
The
April dump cake?
Dump cake, yeah. Well, I don't think I'll do a dump cake because I want it to look like a real cake. I might use my 6-inch spring pan and make just a little round
cheesecake.
Well, maybe we eat cheesecake all the
time.
time.
You told me to guess, but I haven't guessed it yet.
Okay, maybe carrot.
What?
You like a carrot cake or a spicy cake or a chocolate cake?
Would I like spicy cake or chocolate?
Oh, I should never have put the chocolate in there because he'll always take chocolate.
Carrot cake?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, jeez. Which one?
Something with a lot of sugar in it.
Oh, thanks. Well, anyway, I think I might make a little cake. Don't know. You know the dump cake is the easiest to do. Have you ever made those, ladies? Those are where you just put some fruit in the bottom. And then you pour a cake mix in on top of it, and then some brown sugar and a lot of butter, and you throw it in the oven, and you put some ice cream on top, and it's wonderful. So we'll see. I might make a dump cake. So that's kind of what we're doing.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I know some of the kids have suggested maybe that they would like us to go out to dinner or someplace. I think they think that maybe we should get out a little bit more than we do, but you know.
And we are. We're
Well,
actually
we are.
getting a lot out Sunday.
We are going out,
Yeah.
but we don't need to get dressed up. Now, I will probably get dressed up anyway.
Well, I could too.
You could too.
I could put on a Dodger shirt. That's dressed up, isn't it?
No, not Sunday. We'll pick you a pretty bright colored one. As that.
Okay.
I know all of you will be wishing us a very happy anniversary, and please accept my heart. So many of you are making wonderful comments, and I want to say so much back to you. It gets so hard to do because we have so many wonderful people saying wonderful things. Here's to our 63rd wedding anniversary. Join us in a toast. Cheers. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, love.
Thank you all for all your comments. We love you all.
And
God bless us all. Bye for now. Well, we enjoyed this video, and you'll see it tomorrow morning. I'm going out now to give Moosie his haircut. It's a little bit later, and it's very hot out there right now. I washed his hair this morning, but now I have to go cut his hair. We did put that off last week. Should have done it then because it wasn't quite so hot, but I want to kind of get it over with. Well, the heat is already out there. And those of you who are also suffering from heat in certain parts of the country, you know, everyone says stay hydrated, especially older people. Stay out of the heat. Try and stay inside where it's cooler. I hope you have a little bit of fans or some air or something. And also those of you who are suffering from flooding. I understand that parts of back east up in New England, they're having terrible flooding problems. Stay safe. Try and stay as dry as you can, and wherever in this country you're suffering from weather conditions, please stay safe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.